Hey everyone, welcome to module 5. By now your photos should be stronger, your pricing should make sense, and so the next big question becomes, why are people clicking but still not buying? And most of the time the answer is simple. The listing itself is creating hesitation. So in this module, we're going to look to fix that. The goal is to turn views into sales. So again, I want you to think like the buyer. We always need to be thinking in the position of the buyer and putting yourself in their shoes. Before we get into titles and descriptions, we need to think like the buyer. So when someone clicks your listing, they are, whether they know it or not, whether it's in their conscious brain or their subconscious, they're asking themselves a few snap fast questions. What exactly is this? What am I looking at? What is this listing? What condition is it in? Will it fit me? Is there anything being hidden? Are you not showing anything to me as the buyer? And is it worth the price that you're presenting it as, right? What can I feel around that? Is the condition what I want it to be for the price that I'm paying? Is it exactly what I'm looking for the price that I'm paying? So if your listing doesn't answer those questions quickly, they hesitate, and hesitation kills sales. So the goal here is simple. Make the buyer feel safe. And that's the important word. Make the buyer feel safe saying yes. So when you're writing your titles or your descriptions, you're thinking about, how do I make the buyer feel comfortable? How do I make the buyer feel safe? How do I answer the questions that they're asking? Now, the title is one of the easiest quick wins. A weak title loses search visibility. The buyer might not have even found your item in the first instance. Relevance, they might have found your item, but it's not quite what they're looking for. And it could have been another buyer that's looking at that it is interested in that particular item. It loses buyer trust, and importantly, it loses the capacity for it to convert. It loses the capacity for the buyer, or it loses the chance, I should say. It reduces the chance that will convert and sell. And ultimately, you won't make money from your listing. So your title should instantly tell the buyer what the item is and why it is relevant. So we should use this simple formula: brand plus item plus color/style plus size. So for example, a weak listing would be nice black hoodie. Doesn't tell you a lot, very, very vague, opens you up to a huge number of hoodies on Vinted. What does nice mean? Nice to one person is subjective, and nice to another person, someone may think, I don't think that's nice, that's absolutely horrible. So it needs to be something a bit more descriptive and a bit more direct in terms of the way that you describe it. So a better example would be Nike 2017 black regular fit hoodie medium. Now the buyer understands instantly the brand, which is Nike or Nike. They understand the item, which is the hoodie or the regular fit hoodie. They understand the look, and they understand the size, which is medium. And that removes that confusion fast. That allows the buyer to start feeling safe very, very quickly, and improves the chance that your listing will convert. So now let's look to improve the description. A lot of beginners or a lot of Vinted users, in my view, either write too little or too much. The best descriptions are short, clear, and again, trust building. The buyer wants to feel safe. Use this structure: condition, fit, measurements, flaws, and perhaps a standout detail. So for example, very good condition, fits true to size medium, pit to pit 22 inches, no major flaws, heavyweight Nike hoodie or Nike hoodie. That is enough. The goal is answer the important questions before they even ask. Again, make them feel safe. So your buyer is always scanning for risk. What do buyers want to see? They want to know, will this fit? Is the condition honest? Are there flaws? Is this genuine? Is this worth the price that's being presented? The buyer could go into a shop and buy an item whereby they could feel the item, they can try it on, they can get a true sense for what the color is. So your listing needs to bridge that gap from the physical, which would be in store, to the virtual, which is what you're trying to sell them through. So always try to include trust details like measurements, floor details, condition wording, fabric feel. Is this a smooth fabric? Is it velvety? Is it satiny? All of these different things, descriptive words, however you want to do it in your own style and your own personality, do it, but try and make it obvious to the buyer. Logo or tags, any wear points. And the goal here across all of these is to remove uncertainty again, because uncertainty creates hesitation. Again, make the buyer feel safe in your description. So let's compare. Weak listing would be this here, nice black t-shirt. And these are two examples that I genuinely took from Vinted. Nice black t-shirt, terrible listing, right? What black t-shirt is it? It could be absolutely everything. Now, we did have the brand here, which was New Look, but ultimately that could be anything, right? It could be any sort of black t-shirt. It could be a certain size if we weren't looking at the sizing. It could be a football jersey. It could be a rock t-shirt. It could be all sorts of different things. Terrible listing. This does not convey an idea that convey a feeling, I should say, that the buyer or prospective buyer should feel safe. When you look at that, that does not scream safety. That does not scream, I can trust this seller and spend money through them. This is completely different. Opposite end of the spectrum. Rare official Deftones Sphinx/streaming cap graphic tee, produced by Rockoff 2022. Condition, excellent pre-love condition. Print is crisp with no cracking. Medium M, fits true to size. In all of those descriptive elements, I feel safe, right? They've given me a clear description here on what the item is, what it constitutes. Like we said, what is the item? What am I looking at? The condition, really important, because when you're looking at a picture of a listing, you need to understand, you need to be clear with the prospective buyer exactly what the condition is, because they may think that it might be something, but you need to be clear and put your name to it to say, look, I've assessed this, I've looked at this, you can trust me, this is what I'm saying it is. And when you combine that with other trust elements, like we'll get to, like reviews and consistency, it's really, really important. The other, medium, right? But what does a medium mean? Because a medium for a petite woman, or a medium to a man versus a woman, or so on and so forth, American sizes versus Japanese sizes are two completely different ends of the spectrum. A Japanese large may be an American small. So medium M fits true to size. So this would be a UK listing that fits true to size for a UK buyer, right? Provides specific details, condition, and measurements for clarity. The buyer can feel safe in the idea that they're buying what they think they're buying. They're attracted to the listing through the photos, the title was strong, and the description backs up exactly what they were thinking. So when they have that impulse and you've captured their attention for a small window, you can then act upon that, or they can then act upon that, and you can take advantage of their interest in your item. This is a strong selling and strong converting description. Now, where are we? So the biggest mistakes that I see, or that we see, are vague titles. Like we said, titles that don't really get to the nitty-gritty of exactly what the item does. We have small attention windows these days, even smaller than we used to have. And so buyers just want to be spoon-fed exactly what it is. Don't mess around with it. Keep it descriptive and keep it on point. No measurements. Massively overlooked thing on Vinted. If you don't put measurements in the listing, two things. One, they won't convert as well. You won't sell as many. You won't sell the item half as easily. And two, you'll get 100 messages from someone, if it is a popular item, saying, can you measure this, please? What's the pit to pit? What's the inside leg? What's the waist size? All of these different things. Put the measurements in the listing. Believe me, it will make a massive difference to how well you convert. Hidden flaws. If there's a small hole in one of the pockets, right, it might not be obvious when you're looking at the listing from the start or from the outset. Put it in the listing. Small pencil, small pinprick hole in the pocket. Doesn't affect wear, but worth noting. That is important. One, because you're honest with the buyer, but two, it will make them feel safe. Believe me, it will build more trust if you are honest and direct about an issue. You may have a small tear. You may have a small stain somewhere. Make sure you highlight these not only in the photos, but wherever you've in the description as well. So you might have a photo of the particular floor, and you may say, see item 3 for whatever the floor is. Okay. No condition wording. So you might not be putting what this is. So in that last instance, as we said here, condition is excellent pre-love condition, right? You know that it's not new, but it's looking pretty good for what it is, right? The print is crisp with no cracking. So if you're looking to buy a tee, or you're looking to buy an item with a print on it, often you want to understand, is this worn? The t-shirt might be in good condition, but if it's an item that's a vintage age, or it's a retro item, you want to understand that there's no cracking to that decal or whatever's been printed on it. The other one is too much text. So I see sometimes sellers will put a huge amount of text as if they've just put it into ChatGPT, copied it out and chucked it in. It's too much, firstly, because your buyers can't find the information that they want, and it's just overkill. It will take up too much of their time, so it will remove their attention, or it will cause them to scroll off, basically, because you will lose their attention, and ultimately they won't get to the answers that they want. And the last one is, obvious buyer questions are left unanswered. So if you are selling something whereby there is something that clearly needs to be explained, you have a stain on it, or you have a mark that doesn't look like it should be, make sure you describe what that is. Create clarity around it. If it's a certain item that's rather unusual, or it's weird, or it's shaped a certain way, and it says that, or it looks like that in the pictures, describe that and create some understanding between you and your buyer. Again, make the buyer feel safe, build trust. All of these things, if not put in place, create hesitation, and hesitation reduces conversion. The good news is they're all really easy to fix, right? As we've described here. So finally, again, another community action task. I want you to choose 1 week listing. So whether that's your own, ideally, or whether you've not got anything up, or you want to go onto Vinted and find something where you think it's weak. And I want you to improve the title based on what we've said here. So it's not going to be just a short black dress. It's going to be, Zara, summer 2022, patterned black maxi dress, medium, etc., etc. So what I want you to improve is the title, the description, the trust details. So we're trying to make the buyer feel safe. What can I put in here that's not over descriptive, but is very clear on making the buyer, very, very clear on helping the buyer understand exactly what the item is and the measurements. And then post it in the listing teardown thread and ask, what is one thing you would improve first? And once you post yours, listen to the feedback. Don't take things to heart, I'll say again. Listen to the feedback and then try and provide feedback to others. Remember, again, we are both sellers and buyers. I buy through Vinted. I buy online, as we all do. So my viewpoint is that of a buyer as well as an experienced seller. So help other people, help other members spot an improvement that they might think that might not have thought of, and something that might have benefited you. So this is where the community makes everyone sharper. So final reminder, your goal is not perfect copywriting. You can put some personality in, that's fine. The goal is clearer, safer, easier to buy listings. And that alone can massively improve offers, bundles, conversion, algorithm drive, and overall sales momentum. And that is what we want. See you back in the community. Go post your listing teardown. Thanks again for watching.